So, hello viewers, this is Cynthia Michael from Screen Review, video my 444 podcast. This is my 444 podcast, and like always, I'm going to speak very loudly, very clearly, and very slowly in case you don't understand me. Also, I'll try to do my best not to be so hard during this audio podcast recording as well, not to cause any audio feedback as well. And finally, if you're under 18, this audio podcast recording will contain to adult language. So once again, if you're under 18, this audio podcast recording will contain to adult language. If you're over 18, then it's good to watch this audio podcast recording. So anyway, let's get into let's get into the topic of this podcast, Batwoman Episode 1 review. So basically, this is my review on Episode 1 of Batwoman. I know that my review is of Episode 1 of Batwoman is being posted late, but I had something to do, so basically, I wanted to wait to Blacklight to come back on. So basically, I put my review on Batwoman on hold after I was done with my Black Lightning review. So anyway, there's a lot of mixed messages, but honestly, I thought that to me, the first episode of Batwoman was pretty damn good. It was good. The first episode of the new CW / Arrowverse show, Batwoman was a pretty damn good first episode / pilot. But there's, I noticed after seeing other videos, other reviews about the first episode of Batwoman, there's been a lot of negative and mixed reviews about the first episode of Batwoman. A lot of people thought that this is not worth watching. Batwoman seems like she just Batwoman comes off like Batman and whatnot, but I disagree with that. Batwoman. To me, I feel like Batwoman didn't want to become Batwoman, like Bruce did. So basically, there's a different certificate. I don't think that Batwoman is an exact copy of Batman. Batman had his goal when Bruce decided to become Batman, he wanted to protect others from wanted to protect others from the same tragedy that happened to his parents. When it comes to Batman herself, she didn't want to become Batman. She had a different reason to become Batman, to get the people to become Batman, because she wanted to get the people of Gotham City's hope, get the people of Gotham City's hope, and one day that Batman will return. So basically, this different motivation. Bruce became Batman, So basically, Bruce became Batman to attack people from the same tragedy that he went through with his parents. And in the case of Batwoman, she became Batwoman to make sure that Gotham's okay until Batman comes back. So basically, that's the main difference right there. But a lot of people, there's been a lot of negative views about this first episode of Batwoman. Honestly, I think they're all a bunch of fucking morons to me. So basically, I know that people have their own different opinion about, everybody has their own opinion, not everybody's going to agree with you about anything, but it's pretty clear, it's pretty fucking clear that there was nothing bad. There was nothing bad. There's nothing wrong about the first episode of Batman. Well, except the one thing, but I will get into that into a second. So anyway, pretty much the first episode of Batman Batman was a pretty good start. this was a pretty good first episode for a new action show, for a new comic book action show. So basically, it shows you why it gives you a backstory for Batwoman, and also shows you why she put on the Batwoman suit in the first pickup, to put on the bat suit in the first place and whatnot. So basically, the first episode was a pretty perfect episode, but a lot of people but I will agree. I will agree about. But there was one problem that a lot of people kept on pointing out in the first episode, Batwoman. That being the main villain for Batwoman named Alice. Now Batwoman turns out that Alice is actually Batwoman's sister named Beth. That she thought died in a car crash. Died in a car crash that crashed into the river. So basically, when Batwoman and her sister Beth were kids, they got into a car accident, and Batman did his best to try to save them, but her, Batwoman's mother and sister Beth had the car that Batwoman's mother and sister was in was staying over a river, bridge. So basically, Batman's cable that was keeping the car steady broke off, and Batman watched her sister and mother, die into the river inside the car. So basically, Batman thought her sister was dead. So basically, it turns out that Alice the main villain of Batwoman named Alice is actually Batwoman's it's actually Batwoman's sister, Beth. So basically, a lot of people thought, it was way too early to build that detail, in the first episode. So basically, I will agree about that. I figured that, they could have waited after they could have saved this for the season finale of Batwoman, and reveal that that Alice is Beth, Batwoman's sister, Batman's sister that she thought died in that car crash into the river and shit like that. So basically, I will agree with everybody. I will agree about this problem. A lot of people thought it was way too early to reveal that Alice, who is Batman's sister, Batman's sister, to be, it was way too early to reveal that the main villain Alice of Batwoman is actually Batwoman's sister that Batman died in that car crash into the river. So basically, I will agree on that was the only problem that I found. That's the only problem I had with the first episode of Batman. I felt it was way too early to reveal that Easter egg. But anything else about the rest of the first episode of Batman was fucking perfect. So anyway, we need to really not take people's words about this. We need to stop, looking at people's reviews about certain shit like that. You need to really actually watch the show or read the book and find out to yourself that, it's a good, it's worth your time and whatnot. So basically, what I'm trying to say is that the first episode, Batwoman, was fucking good. Even though it had one problem to it about Alice, the whole deal of the villain Alice being Batwoman's sister. That was the only problem with the first episode. But besides that, it was a pretty good, perfect, solid episode. Besides that problem. So anyway, what you guys really think about? Honestly, what you guys really think about Batwoman? Is it good about the first episode of Batwoman? Is it good enough to it's a good lesson to make you keep on watching the whole series, or it wasn't the first episode wasn't good enough that you want to keep on watching the Batwoman series. So please let me know what the content of this podcast. So anyway, like always, this is Cynthia Michael from Screen Review. Signing off. 1,